we got to figure out the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar now, as you alluded to over the conference, is that you're looking for a peak in the popularity of the U.S. dollar in 2028. Mm-hmm. But I'm bringing that in that way because that answers a lot of questions that people have and they may not have understood. So when we're saying, what currency do you want your money in? The answer is, up until that period, you've got a period of time here. I'm talking the broad brush. It's not a trading suggestion, but it's, I want my money in U.S. dollars if you're comparing with any other currency, out there. And look at the charts you showed today. I mean, just unbelievable.
Yeah,
when you look
you
at
have
the
to
yen.
understand, as I said, the U.S. was an agrarian society by 1850. 70% of everybody were farmers. It took World War I to send the capital to the United States. And then the U.S. emerged, then World War II, okay? Without World War I and World War II, the United States would not have been the financial center of the world, would not have been the reserve currency, etc. So if you're going to have war again in Europe, and you have Korea shooting missiles off over Japan, and you got China looking at Taiwan, where do you put your money? It comes to the United States first. All right, and that's what's happening.
But as I say, I get these questions saying, where would I want my currency? Or can you give me this compared to the U.S. dollar? And I'm saying, you answered that throughout the conference. It's at least that's the time frame
Yes.
Socrates is calling for into 2028. So to me it means I'm a Canadian, so I have some Canadian dollars. I'll get to that in a second, but Canadian dollars. So when I look at a bounce up in the Canadian, it's a chance for me to exchange back into the U.S. dollars. I mean, that's what I'm just saying as a strategy for just sort of protection longer term.
Yeah, I mean, look, for quite a few years I've been saying, look, the dollar is where you've got to understand. We're in a bull market in the dollar. And, people, oh, no, you're wrong. It's inflation. The Fed's increased this money. The average person doesn't care about that. Okay, you have to look at it from the standpoint that everybody else, all right, is going to be looking at it from their own self-interest, period. All right, that's the one thing that clients are having around the world have taught me. I had to, look at, okay, fine, you want to talk about gold, what's your currency? All right, fine, well, you should buy, you should sell, you should... Because everything's different based upon the currency. I mean, you can say, oh, yeah, the Mexican stock market's going to triple. You should be there. But the Mexican peso goes to zero. Do you make any money or you lost? So you have to understand these things. And, the computer's been absolutely correct. It looks at these long-term trends and it sorts it all out. And that's been great. And so I said, people try to, say, oh, well, Armstrong this, that. It's not my personal opinion. I'm sorry. It's not I think versus what you think.
So my advice is to book your hotel room here at the Hilton for probably November 2027.